Hi everyone, it's Eileen Burns here from the Spiritual Marketing Club. Now, today I'm going to show you how you can actually start creating boards and adding pins to Pinterest. So, I'm just going to show you the layout at the moment. So this is sort of my profile. This is my Eileen Burns Coach Pinterest feed or sort of page. Now, if you look, we have so I'm looking at this on a desktop. So you can see the Pinterest sign to the left, analytics, ads, and then if you get it close, we have home, following, my name. So you can click on that and you can get sort of more information about my account. Okay, this is actually press that back. This is Messenger, notifications, and here is where you can create a pin or a project pin. Now, the way that we use Pinterest, mostly Pinterest is used to collect what we call pins, and I'm going to show you what a pin is in a minute. But if you're just starting out and you don't have a blog or anything, but you're selling products, you can create pins for products. But Pinterest tends to love more things like blogs and things with pins. It's about content. And even though you can technically save images, you're more likely to get shares and it's more accepted if you actually create a proper pin. And if you can see above here in the banner, you'll see some of these pins that I already have. So I'm going to just show you what some pins look like. I'm going to just look at some of my boards. I have a lot of different boards, so let's look at some of my own personal boards. Some of these boards are different organisations, but this anxiety management one belongs to me, right? And you can see all the different pins that I have created for this post, or this board, sorry, and I've shared them now. As you can see, a lot of these are branded to different things in my business. So these ones tend to all be related to my stress coach business. This is to do with the world of health. This is a page I've got called the Meditation Library. So I have, saved other people's. But on Canva, you can go to Canva, and Canva gives you the size and the template to create a pin, okay? And what you can do then is when you create blogs and you create content for your site, you can actually create a pin for each page. Now, what I tend to do is I tend to put my pins in my blogs when I'm creating blogs. So I'm going to just go to one of my pages. So let's look at something in the Spiritual Marketing Club. So let's go to this, and if we go to blog, and we look at, for example, so this is a blog that I just created recently, okay, and as you can see, I've added a pin. So what I've done is I've added a pin as an image inside my blog. Now what that means is it's very easy for me to save this pin on to Pinterest. Now I also use this thing here, you'll see this clicking up, and it's Tailwind. It's a scheduler. It's a piece of software that I use that supports viral pins, okay? I pay a monthly fee for this. Well, I actually pay a yearly fee, but I think you can do the monthly option. And basically, anyway, if we go, so I actually have a thing on what you can do is, on your browser, I have Pinterest. So there, if you can see this, so I can click Pinterest, and I can actually now click the pin that I want, right? So say I decide to save this, okay, now I've actually saved this, I think, on most of my boards, of the ones that I wanted to share. But say, for example, I wanted to, let's say, to see what we could share this for. I'll save it at the moment to business plan, okay? But let's say we wanted to save that. So all I need to do is click and save this, right? Now, if I want to go and see it now, okay, for some reason it's not letting me do that. Let's see, we'll go back. So let's should have let me see it, but I'm just going to check. So we're going to go back to my board. So what I'm going to do is I can go back to home. I'm going to show this, and sorry, go back to this page. Go back to boards, and if I go to business plan, right? For some reason it's not showing up. I don't know why. I think because it's a secret board. Oh yeah, it's probably further down. Usually things are in alphabetical orders. Right, so business plan's down here. So let's click on that. And you can see that's where my board is. That's the description of my board, which I'll show you some of this now. Okay. But if I go here, and you can see it had already been saved, right? But you can see that the information has come up. Now, one of the keys is when you're adding your pins into your blog, you want to make sure that you fill in the alt tag, okay? And that is basically, it's like when you save an image, you should always give it a name, and you can give it an alt tag, and it just means you give it a description and a name what the post is about, okay? So that shows you a pin. Now, I want to go back and I want to show you, for example, things that I might want to share from other people's boards. So some of these boards on here are not all my boards, okay? So this one, affirmations and gratitude one, is. This one about alternative medicine is not. This is someone else's board that I'm part of. So let's see if we can go on and save a pin to one of my boards. So let's see if there's something interesting. Let's see what they've got for health tips. So there's natural cures for better sleep. So let's just click this one today, okay? So I want to save this natural cures for better sleep onto my, so right away it's actually showing me sleep advice tips. So I save it, okay? So if I go to my board, sleep advice tips, sleep therapy, you can see that basically that pin has been saved. So what you want to do once you open a Pinterest account is that you want to start creating your own boards, and you want to have boards with different topics. You want to be joining other people's boards, and you should consider creating a group board that other people can join your, so they basically share. And what you do is you tend to have rules of what they can share and how many pins that they have to share, you know, if they're sharing so many pins. And I'll explain a wee bit more of that. So let's look at some of the ones that I've got, and it shows you rules on it. Now, if it's the the health and holistic wellbeing. Now, I have to be honest, this group, people tend not to do. I've had to delete a lot of people because they do not follow the rules. But if you look at it, I've had to change these rules quite a lot to try and stop people spamming, right? Okay, but what I say is, for every pin you post or you schedule to this board, share a minimum of 2 pins from this board. So basically, for every one, people have got to share 2. Now, what that does, that helps everybody that's sharing get more reach. Okay, so as soon as someone pins 1, then at least 2 people are getting, or 2 posts or pins, are getting shared. Okay, so, and what I've made it clear that all pins must be highly informative blogs, not landing or sales pages. And the reason why is this is about blogs, but people are very manipulative sometimes in these things, and they add things they're not supposed to. This whole board is about proper holistic health information, okay? I've also said pin a maximum of 2 pins on this board on one day. No more than 30 pins a month, because sometimes I get like people trying to post 10, 20 pins on the board on one day, and then maybe the next day and the next day and the next day, and then they're trying to repost the same pins, or the same, that should actually say same pins. I'm getting pins and posts today all mixed up. So basically what happens is then is usually you don't really, it's not encouraged to keep repinning the same pin on a board. But after 2 or 3 months, that's okay. Now this group tends to get a lot of traffic, so every 2 months is okay. But you can make your own rules up for a board, and then you can invite other members. But what I would suggest that you do is, you create your boards, and it depends on what you do. So say if you're a healer, you may want to create a board about chakras. You might want to create a board about different types of healing. Okay, you might want to create a board about different tips of well-being and whatever to look at, for clients to look after themselves. You might want to create a board about the courses and products that you offer. Okay, so this is really good if you are selling online products. Okay, online coaching programs, online products. Okay, and you do blogging. Okay, say for example you're quite creative, or you're a creator, you might want to do something creative, a creative group board. If you run a community group, you might want to run a board. Now I'm going to show you one of the boards that I have. Now I've just closed this group down, but I had the board for the World of Health, and it was for members of the World of Health, for the blogs belonging to members of. So I had the World of Health community, okay, and that was blogs by anyone that's written for the World of Health, and I invited different people, but not all of the members of the World of Health were on Pinterest. So what you can do is you can create a board and you invite the members of your group in it. Okay, so if you're maybe you're quite into artistic things, you might have a group who would like to share their art in your group. Okay, or you might want to share tips. So I join, for example, other people that offer holistic and marketing or related tips, and I join a lot of these groups and we share different things. So I've got some like holistic marketing and spiritual marketing, so it's a crossover of skills. Okay, so that's how you can maximize using your pins. Now I want to show you how you can add a pin if you just upload one. Okay, so create a product or pin. So instead of saving from your site, you can actually drop. So let's look and see what kind of pin I've got. I'm going to have a wee look and see, let's see what I could put now. So let's see, pin. Okay, and I've got a Pinterest. Okay, so let's take this, the power of visuals in your marketing. So I would give my pin a title, tell everyone what the pin is about, and the link of where that pin belongs to. So in this case, it would be a blog. I would just stick the link at the add destination link. After I had described, now you've got 500 characters, so you can describe what your blog's all about, and you can add hashtags and keywords. Okay, and then you just simply publish it. And what you've got to do is pick the board that you want to put your blog on. So that's why it's important that you create your own boards first, so that you have somewhere to share your pins. Okay, so let's look at creating a board. So let's so one of the ways that you can create a board, let's just, okay, so see all boards, right, click that, and see this here, just simply says create a board. I can create a board on whatever topic I want. Okay, so say I wanted to create a topic about energy healers. Okay, so I could just put energy healers on this. Okay, what if I wanted to create a board about spiritual teachers or worldwide spiritual teachers? Again, I could create a board and add that. Meditation masters, anything like that, and then just create it. And what you normally do is give the board a pin to, that is relatable to it, or you can just start adding pins from your blogs and things, or the posts that you want to put on it. So that is how you can use Pinterest. So Pinterest is great if you do anything that's visual. So those of you who are very creative, Those of you, as I said, who sell online products and appeal to a creative and visual audience, this is a great way to reach them. And also for those of you who actually write blogs, because Pinterest is great if you use it the right way and you learn how to master it, is actually how to increase your SEO. So this is just the beginning, but this gets you started and starting to create pins and to start creating traffic to your products, to your blogs, to your site, and to so many other things. Okay, bye for now.